Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to a new month. How is it already March? Literally, I feel like 2024 just started and we are already in March. I cannot believe it, but this month, I wanted to choose my TBR in a different way. I didn't want to look at my shelves, which I need to organize soon, but I didn't want to look at my shelves and be like, okay, what do I want to read this month? Because one, I'm a mood reader. Two, I'm also indecisive. And three, I wanted to be more interactive with you guys. So I posted on my Instagram stories for you to pick blindly, for my followers on Instagram to choose blindly my TBR for the month of March. And I put some anticipated reads there, some books that I want to read this month and I've been eyeing so much lately. I'm super excited to see which books won. I haven't seen the results. I have them here on my iPad. So let's get right into it. What I did was I took pictures of the books, but I colored them and put two emojis to describe the book. Some were not even that, I didn't know what emoji to choose, but some were very obvious. So let's start. The first option was a sword and a purple heart. That was pretty obvious. And the second one, that is supposed I just wrote invisible and that's the emoji that showed up. So that and a book. I don't know why I chose those, but I had no idea what emojis to choose. And the options were obviously Powerless for the purple heart and the sword, and the other was The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. And Powerless won with 71%, and this one got 29%. So Powerless is going to be in my March TBR. This book was also on my February TBR, but I never got to it. So March is the month I'm gonna pick this book up. I'm so excited to read it, and I think that I have such high hopes that I feel like scared to start it. What I've been hearing is that it's Hunger Games type of book, YA romance that has a lot of tension, and there's something about ordinaries and the elites have to kill the ordinaries. I don't know, but I'm super excited to read this one. This is like a 5-star prediction for me. So this book is the first going in the March TBR. The next options I added to one of the books the letter emoji and a heart for romance, and the other I put a shoe and a bee. A letter and the heart was for Divine Rivals because I've heard that they exchange letters, so I choose this one. And Magnolia Parks, I put the shoe because now the new covers have shoes on them, and the bee was pretty obvious. So these were the two options, and Magnolia Parks the Long Way Home one, so this is not gonna be in my TBR, but I want to read it this month, so this is gonna be a cheating and be on my TBR. But also Magnolia Parks The Long Way Home. I've been like slowly getting through the series. I read Magnolia Parks last year, like early last year, and then I took a long break from it, and then I read Daisy Hates, both of you in 5 stars, and I've heard that this book is gonna break my heart. And I got a spoiler of this book by mistake, and I hope that's not like a big deal, which I think it's gonna be. But yeah, this is gonna be on my March TBR. So excited. I'm more excited now because Into the Dark just came out, and I've been seeing everyone's reviews, and I haven't read any of them because I don't want to get anything spoiled for this one. That's the next book in my TBR. So you know that I've been wanting to get through series. This year I want to finish series I'm in the middle of. I'm in the middle of so many series, and I decided to put 2 series against each other. So one of them had the chess emoji just because, like in the cover, there's a chess piece. I don't know what it's called, and like a detective kind of, and I just put the detective, meaning that it's like a mystery. And the other one had an eye and a green heart. So the options were The Final Gambit, it has that, and Ignite Me, the 3rd book in the Shatter Me series, and the 3rd book in the Inheritance Games series. And I put these 2 against each other because they're both series that I want to get through this year. The Final Gambit won 63% versus 37%, so The Final Gambit is gonna be my March TBR. I really like the Inheritance Games series. I thought I was gonna be more obsessed with it. I've heard the 2nd book is the best in the series, so that's why I haven't picked this one up. I can't even remember how the second one, like I feel I haven't connected to the characters that much, which means I haven't like been that into the story. Like I just enjoy it for a moment and then forget about it. But yeah, I really want to finish this series. I don't think I'm gonna continue with the Brothers Hawthorne because I've heard like that book's not even necessary, that it was just a lot of nothing. So I think I'm gonna like finish the trilogy, so this one, and call it a day. I've been reading the Natural series also, and I think I like that one more than this one. So if you don't know what the series is about, it's about this girl. It's this normal life, and one day she gets called into the office of her school because this random man died and left her his entire will, his entire fortune. He's a billionaire, millionaire, I don't know. And she goes to his house. He had like grandsons, and her and them try to basically uncover why she received that. And this has a lot of riddles because that family liked riddles and mind games and like that sort of thing. That's why I put the detective emoji. So yeah, that's basically what the series is about. I'm gonna finish it this month. The next two books I added in the poll had the vampire emoji and the werewolf emoji. I bet you know which book it is. And like a broken heart and a rose. I'm talking about two books that I haven't received in the mail. That's why I don't have the physical copies with me, but I already ordered them because I'm so excited to read them. It's Bride by Ali Hazelwood and If Only I Had Told Her. Bride, I've heard, is a marriage of convenience, but she's a vampire and he's a werewolf. Everybody has been loving it, so I'm super excited. And If Only I Had Told Her is like prequel, sequel, because I've heard that of If He Had Been With Me, because I've heard that some parts going back to Finn, and then it also continues a story about If He Had Been With Me, like what happened after that ending. So I'm really excited. I've been seeing mixed reviews, like some people love it, some people say that they could live their life without that book being released. So I'll tell you what my opinions are when I read those two, but let's see which one won. Bride won 55% versus 45%, so Bride is going to be in my March TBR. I'm so excited to read that book. I've never read anything about vampires or werewolves, so I'm so excited to read that one. So the next two books, I actually saw them in Kindle Unlimited and downloaded them. The emojis I used were an ice skating shoe. How is that called? Anyway, an ice skating shoe, let's call it that. And a heart because it's a romance, and it's purple because the cover of the book is purple. And the other emojis were, is that, I don't know. I added that like a hey, because that book had a lot of them. So that and a heart in yellow because it's also a romance and the cover is kind of yellow. So the books were, I don't even remember their name, The Fake Out and Rule Bound. The Fake Out is the second book after Behind the Net. Behind the Net is also a hockey romance. I don't remember much about it. I think I gave it like 3.5 stars. It was fun. It was like cutie, and like they had a crush on each other when they were in school. Then he became a professional hockey player and she was assigned to be his assistant, and when they meet, like she thinks that he doesn't remember her, and when you get to his POV, he's freaking out because he used to have a crush on this girl, and it was really cute. And I saw Sarah Curley's video and she was reading The Fake Out, which is the second book in that series, and she really liked it, so I was like, okay, I'm convinced, and I downloaded it. And the other book is Root Bound. I have no idea what that book is about. Literally, I cannot tell you anything. I'm like, okay, I zoomed in like the cover and it says like little blurb, you really can't go home again. Still don't know anything about it, but I downloaded it because I saw a 5-star review of a bookstagrammer that I love her recommendations. So let's see which one won. The book that won was The Fake Out with 57% versus 42%. So that's gonna be our Kindle Limited read of the month. Let's pretend I put it here. The next two books I put against each other, I use the purple heart emoji because the cover has like purple in it and it's a romance, and an X because I think that is enemies to lovers. So I don't know, I just used that one. And then for the other option, I put the kiss emoji and a cloud. So that's pretty obvious. So I put Forget Me Not. This one was the purple heart and the X. X because of X. That was my reasoning. I remember. And the other one was Kiss the Sky, the fourth book in the Addicted series. That's Rose and Connor's book, and that book won by 71% versus 29%. So this book is not gonna be read this month. And yeah, I'm so excited to read Rose and Connor's story. I've been like putting that book on my TBR for the longest time, and I don't know why I haven't picked it up. I know I'm gonna love it. I like Lily and Lo's books, but I don't know, I feel like I'm gonna like Rose and Connor's books more. So that book, I actually had it downloaded it in my Kindle for months now, and I haven't picked it up. I actually read, I think, like 2 chapters, and then I picked up another book and never got back to that one. Those 2 were the last books I added on my Instagram stories. I also have Crown of Midnight in my TBR for March because I already started this. I'm on chapter 9, and I'm not gonna be able to finish this before February is over, so this is gonna be my first read of March. I'm only on chapter 9, and so far, like, I've been liking it. I also have been reading like 3 books at a time. I just finished 2, so I can finally give all of my attention to Crown of Midnight. I read Throne of Glass in February, loved it. I started with Throne of Glass, so now I'm on to this one, and I have such high hopes for Throne of Glass because I already liked the first one, and everyone was saying like, if you like that one, you're gonna be obsessed with the rest of the series. So Crown of Midnight is going to be in my March TBR. Also, The Final Gambit, then Magnolia Park's A Long Way Home, Powerless, Fake Out, and Kiss the Sky. That is gonna be my TBR. Let me know if you want a vlog dedicated to reading the books on my TBR, because I also, obviously, I'm a mood reader. I'm not gonna be here and lie to you and say that these are the only books I'm gonna read. Probably I won't get to some of them. Probably I'll read anything else. Maybe I read the ones that lost. I don't know. But yeah, these are the books on my TBR. So the losers were Ignite Me, Forget Me Not, Divine Rivals. I thought that people would understand the emojis and vote for this one. And The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, Root Bound, and If Only I Had Told Her. So those were the options for today's video. That's my March TBR. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Let me know if you've read any of those books or if you recommend me another book to start and read in March. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. I love you.